Yo, what up? It is Snake coming back again with another commentary of Siegebreaker's matches. Siegebreaker, it's been like what, 2 months, maybe 3 months since I've watched one of your videos, and you said this one was an actual reasonable length, so we'll see what that means. It does sound like Siegebreaker, of course, has some copyrighted music. So unfortunately, you guys won't be able to hear the sound from the game. You just get to hear my lovely voice. So I don't know if this is Shenandoah Valley or one of the alternates of it, but um, this is one of those maps where there's a lot of different strategies. It's really easy to just get into turtle positions and to kind of just like fight each other with artillery. And I'm guessing, it's knowing Siegebreaker, it's gonna be force recon spam. I've seen some really fun strategies here on this map, where my boy Gummy likes to run like 2 tanks, or I think he runs 2 tanks and a transport of riflemen, and you swing on this eastern side of Whiskey here, and then you run all the way over to Yankee. It's just really funny because you can catch the opponent, like you can just basically get up to Yankee on that side and they won't even be able to see you, and then you can drive down the Yankee ramp if they're trying to get to like Lima or something, or you can just drive right into Foxtrot. It's pretty dangerous, but it's pretty funny at the same time. All right, so Siegebreaker, man, like if you're gonna do this strat, I got no problem with you like wanting to do this infantry backup. Oh, you're what the fuck are you doing? Well, one, you don't even have the transport attack upgrade because I know you're saving your credits for Force Recon 2, which still doesn't make sense to me. Just the more upgrades you get, the higher level your battalion becomes, which then scales the amount of credits you'll get. So it like sounds counterintuitive, but you should at least buy a few upgrades and, you know, have some of those upgrades so that way you're scaling your level of your battalion. But like here, like why'd you drop your riflemen off and make them walk to Sierra? Like why didn't you just drive them all the way up to Sierra at this point? Or drive them up to Lima, and then you've got engineers deployed that are walking to Whiskey. Like I see this a lot with like engineers walking and shit. Like here's what I would rather you have done, Siege. Like just to optimize your strategy, which I know is going to be the slow upgrade of shit in the backline. Send your riflemen to Zulu. Just have them walk there and pick up your engineer and drive them to Lima at the start of the game. And then that way you have an engineer on the front line that can, like, you know, actually deal with any tanks that come after you. And it's like also an extra anti-air unit for you. Ooh. And by the time your riflemen secure Zulu, like you can have them upgrading Zulu by the time, you know, you also get another infantry going to Whiskey. Like because if you look at like the speed of things, you're gonna get Force Recon level 1 upgraded, and then you've got this waiting time for you to still be able to capture Whiskey and then upgrade it. So just optimize it that way. Like now you have that engineer and you got to get him walking. Like at this point, just drive your transport all the way back to go pick him up. There's no point in having your transport all the way forward either. Your opponent took Yankee, and you notice if you look at the map, like we gotta pause here. Look at the map and look at the map. Just look in the bottom corner of the screen. Look at the map. What you'll find is that the opponent did not secure Alpha, Delta, or Foxtrot. Alpha, Delta, Bravo, or Foxtrot. They didn't secure either of those yet. So that means that your opponent, you know, has sent a transport of engineers to Yankee. You saw a tank. What the fuck is his other unit? Maybe a command vehicle? And if so, like, you now have that information to help you play out too. One thing here is you just secured 3 uplinks and your opponent's only secured Yankee. So you now have this like massive command point lead on them. And by the time you even, yeah, see, you're gonna deploy a gunship. You got 2 tanks, a transport. There's the command vehicle, like I called it. If I were you, I'd send Unit 2 over to secure Lima right now. And then get Unit 1 moving up there. Like, one thing I want to see you do too is just get artillery out. And like have 2 artillery units, like as your force recon goes up there. Cause like, I'm all for the force recon play. You just gotta like use it and play with it. So if you're gonna have the force recon going out there, get two artillery, get them up there to Lima when you're gonna deploy. So that way your artillery are just pounding the enemy while they're trying to deal with your force recon. Like that engineer that's in that building or whatever, if he tries to leave it there to deal with your force recon as it's coming by, you just pound him with the artillery until that engineer is just toast. Like just tell Unit 4 to secure Sierra. Have them secure Sierra and have your engineer walk up to Lima. Have your riflemen secure Lima because they'll secure it faster. Have your engineers still walking there already. Because right now you're just kind of wasting, you're like sitting back. You could have another 4 command points up right here, and then you'd have 2 artillery deployed, or be ready to send another force recon. What are you doing with Unit 7? You're just gonna have them die? Oh, nice, your opponent has electronic warfare. Way to play it out. Blackout. Yeah, you're dead. Your tanks, your gunships are dead. Blackout, if I'm you, I kind of like the start you had with getting Yankee. The thing is like it's a really slow start. So it's a good thing Siegebreaker's trying to play slow too. Otherwise you just would have, kind of had a rough time if he was playing faster. But now, here's the thing, right? You sent 2 Force Recon 2s, Siege, and he's got 2 artillery back over there on that left side. And he's got an engineer that you're trying to drive through. Like, your Force Recon's going to be dead. And apparently you sent Unit 1 to secure Foxtrot. You have your rifleman in the transport going up to Yankee. I like that. This is good because you could probably get there. You actually could get there. I wouldn't worry about your transport. Just drive on up because that engineer is going to have to leave the building. Yep. And then you've got a rifleman that's going to drop. Yeah, you got to watch out though. You got your 2 tanks in there. Tell your tanks to keep pushing through to his artillery. His artillery is your main target here, bud. Not that tank. Nice move. This is a good move here, Siege. You're playing with your force recon, but now you gotta get onto his artillery. That's your only target. So tell your tanks to get up there on his artillery and drive up to him, so that they can't shoot you. There you go. Blackout. You got your artillery too close for what was going on. You probably didn't know he had force recon coming, and that's kind of a mistake on yours for not having a gunship out sooner. Or when you saw the force recon coming, you needed to just get back. You got a tree line up back there that you can get behind. Again, like Siege, you're like panicking when you're in the middle of this combat, dude. Go after his artillery and send your transport up there. If you had electronic warfare, this is where you'd actually like do some really, really good damage. Nice. Get from Yankee to Foxtrot. Go from Yankee to Foxtrot. Don't upgrade. Just go from Yankee to Foxtrot. You got to secure more shit, dude. You need to secure uplinks right now. You just pushed to DEFCON. Command vehicle's fun. don't mind that you're picking him up, but okay, you got a force recon coming. Dude, if I'm you, Siege, deploy a transport and a rifleman right now, because you're going to need another one. And then maybe a tank. And then what's your artillery doing? Probably pound and delta? Yeah, if I'm you, though, you got to get Foxtrot. And your opponent, Blackout, you still haven't. You just lost a whole minute before you crashed. Please tell me you're not still going to Bravo and you're instead going to Foxtrot. Why aren't you going to Foxtrot? Why are you worried about a level 1 force recon back here, dude? You have him. When you have a lead and an advantage, you need to learn how to push on it. Tell Unit 4 to secure Bravo right fucking now. They should be doing nothing more than securing Bravo. Your Unit 7 is dying to a rifleman. You should move them. I'm going to lose my mind. Now your gunship can turn and attack that tank that's right there. Hostile 2. Tell him to attack Hostile 2. Tell your gunship to attack Hostile 2. Oh, you're going to go down to a transport now. Your unit. Oh, your Unit 4 is not in cover. It's doing that thing where it's securing without being in cover. That's kind of rough. South Quadrant fuel air missile. Did he nuke Zulu? The fuck did he nuke? Behind Sierra? The fuck? What'd you nuke? Nothing? Like, did you both just nuke nothing? All right, so Blackout, just to give you like the word of advice here is you secured Alpha and you secured Delta. He took Yankee from you. Like, you got to get, I mean, I guess you had Bravo. That is true. You did have Bravo. He's basically just throwing a bunch of force recon at you. And luckily, I mean, to Siege's credit, he is securing the uplinks. They are securing the uplinks. Listen, Siege, man, you have 2 riflemen in your deployment zone, though. Just get a fucking transport. Get a fucking transport and pick them up. You're making them walk like the longest map in order to get to the uplink you want them to go secure. This is giving time now for your opponent, Blackout, to secure Bravo, which gets them 4 command points during DEF CON, which means 2 more units. I think he already still has an artillery up because you didn't focus your efforts on the artillery. And earlier, remember when you were like at Yankee and I said deploy riflemen and transports once you push DEF CON? This is why, because you get into these periods of lull where you're just like waiting for your riflemen to deploy and get up here. Whereas if you had done it earlier, then they'd already be up and ready and like at Foxtrot. That's kind of why you have to do it quickly. Like, otherwise, you don't want to get into these lull periods because now your opponent can secure Bravo. Blackout can secure Bravo. He can secure Foxtrot. He's back in this match now. And you just have 2 riflemen walking that can't get anywhere. I also don't know why you WMD'd Siege. Like, you could have just held it. Now you got a tank, like a random tank on the ground. I never saw your artillery go down earlier. Get a gun, like get a couple gunships out, man. You got 6 command points. That tank would stand no chance if you just had 2 gunships out. Dude, he's going to secure Sierra on you. Do you even notice? Tell your riflemen that are over there to upgrade the uplink. Tell them to upgrade the uplink. Nice. So Blackout, if you don't know this, anyone else who's watching this, if your opponent goes to upgrade an uplink, your rifleman will not be able to upgrade it, or they won't be able to open it and secure it. Also, it looks like his he forward commanded Delta. I don't dislike that. I don't dislike that. Especially because of how Siegebreaker's playing, forward commanding here with you getting all those extra uplinks. Blackout, it makes sense. Like, he already nuked you. He already nuked too, so you don't have to worry about that. He also isn't good enough to tell his fucking gunships to do anything smart. Are you trying to attack? All right, so you got your artillery hitting his artillery. You've got 9 command points and you're doing fuck all with them. You guys can't hear it, but there's some pretty good thrash punk shit going on in my headphones right now. Good music choice. Good music choice, Siege. I love some good thrash. Yeah, like what's Unit 2 doing? Are you actually on Foxtrot? You're on Foxtrot? You got there? Please deploy some fucking units. You have 11 command points and you can't deploy a force recon. You know why you can't deploy a force recon? Because your dumbass deployed some force recon level 1s earlier. I swear to God, if you actually get Foxtrot, you did. I'm gonna rewind it. I'm gonna rewind it. You guys all need to learn from this. You, Siegebreaker, you have 11 command points, 9 reserves, multiple unit slots open. You have 12 command points, and then you secured Foxtrot. You just wasted 4 command points. Like, I know there's like this weird thing with like, let's call them like less experienced players, where you're like afraid to use up all your reserves. But like 9 reserves, you could have, you know, you could have 3 riflemen and 3 transports, really. I mean, if you wanted to. And then you can just get all your reserves out there and then deploy a bunch of force recons like you like to do. And I don't know why you're just walking across the Delta right now. Like, what's the point of that? What's Unit 2 doing? Are they still on Foxtrot? No. Why not? That's fine. I think they're actually gonna kill off the transport. That's funny. Now, can they make it to Bravo? Because if they make it to Bravo, that's crazy, man. If I'm you, Blackout. Oh, good. You deployed a fuckload of units. Oh my God. Thank God. What do we have? Rifleman, transport, engineer, transport, and 2 tanks. I love it. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. If I'm you, though, Blackout, when you see that rifleman over at Foxtrot, if you have your artillery, that's who you should be targeting. Because if he secures Bravo, you're kind of fucked. All right. Siegebreaker's doing the thing he should have done like 5 minutes ago. Now you need gunships. So your next 4 command points needs to be gunships. You need 2 gunships. You need 2 of them. You need 2 of them. Also, Blackout, I don't know why you didn't upgrade any of your other uplinks. You only upgraded Yankee that one time. Please deploy 2 gunships here, Siege, so that way you have like anti-armor. Oh, that's good. Actually, I don't mind that. That's a good force recon too. You know why? Because you're about to secure Bravo and you can deploy 2 more gunships. Your artillery's fucked. Just let it die. Don't even bother doing anything. You also have it shooting at nothing because I think earlier you told it to attack the ground where the artillery was, so it's been doing nothing for the last like 2.5 minutes. Again, I don't hate this force recon, and you shoved it into his, well, what is his original LZ. I would like you to deploy 1 more gunship. 1 more. And I would prefer if you didn't tell Unit 3 to retreat, because you need them to be on Bravo, keeping him from being secured, but it looks like Blackout is not going after it. I'm recording this at like 12:30 in the morning. And somehow this video is making me more tired because god damn, I missed this game. Do you have infantry in that Unit 7? Sick. You should be running all the way to Alpha because his deployment zone is all the way up at Delta. Hey, look at that. You have gunships that can deal with this tank now. Sweet. You actually have 2 gunships there that could deal with him really quickly if you know, pay attention. I don't know what you're doing with Unit 5, but you're clearly not paying attention. I don't know what you're doing with Unit 5. I don't know what you're doing with Unit 5. I don't know what you're doing with Unit 5 or Unit 3 for that matter. He took Sierra from you. Oh no, you already have you still have an uplink lead though. Game's over. All right, let's jump back. There's some spots here I want to point out for Blackout. Right here, Blackout, this is where you have a very slow start of getting a transport of engineers to Yankee, and then you had a tank and I'm guessing a command vehicle because of how long it took you to secure Alpha. The only thing that makes sense logically there for me. It's not a bad start. In your command vehicle, I think I saw you had an attack UAV, which is good. You also had chem shells. I saw those. Like your start, it was fine, but you have that muscle. You have that muscle of a tank, a transport, and a command vehicle. You should use it. Like you should be going after like Lima. Here's one thing you could do is you could push across to secure Lima, and then even if you don't think, like, you don't have to worry about holding it, so you can like just get the secure and then pick your engineers back up in the transport and then drive back to Foxtrot with your engineers, and your tank is just kind of providing cover. Just because you go forward and you secure a zone doesn't mean you have to worry about holding onto it. You can secure Lima, get those command points so you can get an advantage and then go back to Foxtrot. And if you just think about the swing of command points in that regard, one, it's going to take Siege longer to secure Lima again, and 2, you added 4 command points that you otherwise wouldn't have gotten. Siege is already going to get those 4 command points, so it's like it's a 4 command point swing that you just kind of pull out of nowhere. You could have even like fallen back to Yankee and then done the same thing going Yankee to Foxtrot. I wouldn't even worry about like upgrading Lima and Yankee at that point. Like have that back infantry secure Alpha, upgrade it as you're doing that like sort of secure Lima fallback strat, and then that kind of helps you create. If you do it that way, you would have had 12 command points just from the caps of Lima, Yankee, and Alpha. Plus I think 6 or 8 more would have generated by then, which would have allowed you to have 2 artillery down, plus get some gunships out. Then you would have been able to go back and secure Foxtrot, which would let you get out probably like another transport of engineers. And then if you wanted to do the turtle method, then you just have 2 artillery, you have engineers in your trees around you protecting you. And then you got you got 2 sets of transports. You've got you got at least 1 tank. You don't have to worry about having more tanks because at worst he sends force recon, but a couple of engineers and 2 artillery and gunships will deal with that so fast it doesn't even fucking matter. And then from there, like, I think once you get that turtle established, there is when you start to like build up your force, and then you push DEFCON. So like that infantry from Alpha, welcome to Bravo. After they upgrade Alpha with the electronic warfare, welcome to Bravo, secure Bravo, upgrade it. That other transport of engineers I told you earlier to deploy, you could drive them to Delta, and they'll be able to secure it to push DEFCON. You can have Bravo upgraded. You should have your infantry on Foxtrot, your engineer on a Foxtrot that can upgrade it. Like at that point, like you've just taken so much command point control, and you have so much armor on the field that you have to push from there. You can't do what Siegebreaker did here, which is all of that fighting that went on up here, securing these uplinks was fantastic. And then bad nukes, by the way, but then this lull. He's just sitting, like you're just sitting back. This is where you lose games. You have that advantage and you allow your opponent to have time. So I'm gonna call it there. This was fun to watch. Thanks for recording this one. I enjoyed making this video. I like talking about this game. I fucking love this game. So fuck you, Siege, you suck, and I love you.